Oh, there's some strange stuff happening in the world. Okay. And I'm glad that we can find some comedy, something to laugh about. Okay. We're 19 minutes in. Okay. Um, and with all that crazy stuff in the world, we got, yeah, a little bit of humor, because it's almost like people cannot be funny. Yeah, you can't really be funny. So you have to search for the funny thing within the thing. Um, so, but oh, David Spade, he had to share a guest spot. Um, you don't you don't double up old Spade, okay? Unless he wants to be part of an ensemble. But otherwise, you let him guest solo because he needs he needs the time to kind of riff and control the room. He can't have two people that he's got to consider. Okay, don't let David Spade start considering for people. Okay, that's a bad move. We want old David Spade. Sorry, I gotta adjust the old Gino Biscotti. Okay. Speaking of which, let's transfer over to the see if we got the screen. Oh, we do, and we got the colors. Okay, so this is why I wanted to bring it up because look at those colors. Now everyone's got it. Okay, you got to have this color, especially up against black. So um, here is my version of that. Now I find that it was actually a bit difficult to look at. Okay, so I'm going to opt out of it, and I prefer black. And then let the highlights be where they may. But I will not participate in that. But I might I might do thumbnails like that. Um, I mean that's got to be the it color of this season or probably the past couple. I see it everywhere. Okay, so I am only I'm merely uh, kind of showing you what everything that I see. Okay, I got that color flash in my face all the time. Who knows what kind of MK Ultra control thing that kind of happens with that color, the magenta uh but all um oh I went ahead and forgot his name. Can't forget Mercer's name. But he had that really nice backdrop. Now, I don't watch much of him. Okay, I usually get my uh content from Doom. Okay, so I just wanted to show. Okay, never watched. I mean, is that So is that Gomez too, Lewis, or is that someone else? But look at the color. Uh they got the neon. They got the same old brick. There it is. Um, and then who else? Oh, even he's kind of doing that. Um, but who had? Oh, he did. Duncan had the real brick spray painted, and look at that. So he's okay now. I don't watch much of him. Oh, we got some Jeff Dye. Okay. Oh boy, do we ever. Okay. But kind of want to go through the color palette here. Uh, but yeah. Welcome to the chat, Tiger. Uh, that same kind of, you know. I wonder if Duncan started it because he's a gamer. Okay, so those gamers, they like this color. This is the first time I'm being forced to kind of look at all these colors. But I don't mind it up against black. Okay, but he had the brick wall. That's what I'm trying to get at. But my yeah, there you go. Extend that here. Oh, we got some Metzger down there. Let's see if we can just get we're just wanting to see the brick wall real quick. Okay. Oh, there it is. Now, we had noticed that old uh old Duncan, he really likes to give a good stare down on his guests. Like you are yeah. So it's not really communication. It's uh he is watching you. Okay. It's a different type of communication, but he's got that same old color. All right. So maybe old Duncan started it, uh, but someone's responsible for it, and let me go ahead and turn that off because I won't participate in that. Okay. So you're trying to elevate my energy, and I won't participate in that. But you're more than welcome to, and it's not that I don't like it, but how dare you? How dare you get me to like that color so much? It um, it is cool. Okay. Maybe Merce started it. I don't know. But I'd even seen old Melton. He's got that kind of color back there too. So maybe Melton started it, but it's all around us. Um, the colors everywhere. It's everywhere. Everywhere I look. It's everywhere. Okay, old Jeff Dye. Ooh, we got some Jeff Dye news. Okay. I might never speak the name of just Jeff Dye. Okay. Because old Ben Avery, uh, he is saying that his channels have been taken down. And it just so happened to be right after old Jeff Dye. Jeff Dye. Uh, that is dry and cry at the same time. Okay. So I'm not into this at all. Okay. I'm into a lot of things, and it will never be this. Okay. So, I am a required taste. Okay. Uh, I'm not meant for the masses. This is very niche and underground. And I I don't like it when there's a lot of eyes. Okay. I don't need a lot of Jeff eyes on me. Okay. So, but look at the face. Okay. I mean, complete abandonment in one shot. Okay. That is one, that is water seeking its level. How have you gotten into that level? Uh, that's a, so that's, he's having it professionally done. He has to, he's used to that lean back. Oh, he's a big old leaner. Okay, so he's leaning back. So he has that professionally done. And he's leaning, this is him leaning back in the chair, and you got to give old Jeff Dry a shave. Okay. Oh man. Imagine having to shave Jeff Dry. I forgot his name. I'm all uh so oh oh please. Let's just hope that he is shaving himself, because if he has that done professionally, because that looks professional, and it would be as if somebody, if he had to lean his head back like this and have that done professionally. So he must have this done professionally, and why not? Why not? But he ain't doing the color. Okay, so he's still stuck in the the natural days. Okay, that's long gone. Okay, if you're doing wood paneling in a rustic way, I mean that is basically steel toe morning show right here. That's that same sign. Okay, are those even good headphones? Because I need to know. Can imagine. Uh, but ooh, nah, yeah. This metal, using the back panel of a table base, punching out the lines. Yeah. That's yeah. It must be about the bar. Okay, he's a bar boy. Uh, if you got these kind of colors on your screen, you know these are the gamers or the you know music people. We're about music, and you're like not even in a sauna. Okay, this is just so that's a little about Jeff Dry. Now, uh, he apparently, and according to Ben Avery, now I don't know if it's true or not because you go on old Ben Avery's uh, site, it's still there. I mean, it seems like they're still uploading, but he says that uh, his channels have been taken down. Okay, and it just so happened to be right after he was covering Jeff die. Okay, this is the guy that was a guest on Jimmy Kennedy's show that we saw a few nights ago, and you could see how it was really just about talking about his all accomplishments or something, but yet him being a victim. So everyone's seeing that he's being a victim, or that he lives in this victimhood mentality. So, and a lot came from that uh, JB Kennedy interview. Uh, Again, Jamie Kennedy does really good interviews, uh, and but the solos need to be members only because uh, that sh- that face mushing um, has got to be for Patreons because I can't I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see that again. Yeah, I will say it does look like he is doing it less. So there is that. And even Jeff Dye uh, acknowledged the uh, slurping with the breathing. So he acknowledged that people have been saying that. And okay, so I wasn't the only one. Apparently, a lot of people have been saying that. And he's acknowledging that. So that should be good. But he might have taken down Ben Avery. And from all that I know, yeah, or I mean, all that I know about Ben Avery is that he's just having fun. Now, I don't watch any of his stuff, but it seems like you know he's uh he's having fun. But you're a victim of him. So then that justifies Jeff Dye's, you know, way of attacking you. So he finds these Jeff dry justifications constantly. Oh, my apologies. Well, looks like I lost it. All right. Well, that was just oh, he might have taken it down. Oh, uh-oh. He's watching. Okay. So he's taking down his video, it seems.
Technically New Jersey.
Okay, good. Uh, there we go. He's a newly converted into the old uh the old Rogan world. I I gotta see if I have the picture. Is this it here? Where would it be? Um, it was the oh hmm. Oh, I forgot where I put that other slide. Oh, anyway. Old Jeff died. So he felt like he was a victim of Ben Avery. Now, uh, is this his recent one? Okay. This is what I wanted to go through as well. So we're gonna just go through the comments a little bit, okay? And here we are. People are saying, "We know it was you, Jeff." When a random stranger squeezes lemons in your eyes, you'll know why. Jeff, die. Okay. I mean, they're all, you know. And then here's like a an obvious um uh, like love bomb troll. Okay, that's not a real thing. Uh, yeah. So not looking good. Now you go back on my streams when I talked about old Jeffy here. Okay, they'll get you. Okay, so I felt the heat. Oh, Jeff Jai. Uh, so you know, we're just all playing nice. Okay, but old Jeffy doesn't. Yeah, he might not like it. Okay, so it's like sometimes these yeah they'll attack the little guys. Okay, so I mean he's 6'5". Okay, 6'5". Well, I believe that Ben Avery, okay, and Yeah, all the people that are now. I don't know anything about him. Okay, but he's in something that Jeff only wishes he could be part of. Okay, that's why this just looks so. Um, Everything just looks so uncomfortable. It must be what the managers tell them. Like you gotta do a podcast. You got to, yeah. Uh, but yeah. So he might have taken down Ben Avery's account. Okay, that's looked like a child of God. Okay, uh, what you doing, hurting the working folk? Okay, he has a kid. He just started his channel. Yeah, that was like he got 1,000 subs in his first month. He was celebrating, and then you took him down because he hurt your feelings. Old Jeff Dry. Okay, well, you heard it here first, or well after the moment. Uh, that yeah, and if Duncan Trussell didn't start this trend, he most certainly is uh you know doing it at Go Max. Okay, that's a little Candace Owen code that I barely remember. Okay, I have not watched or followed up on any of that stuff for quite some time, but I was in it at the beginning. That was wild. Okay, a lot of highs. Okay, she had the number one for a while, and I felt like it was well within my duty to send her every theory I had. I mean, they just they have emails. Okay, you can just send them your theories. Uh, so well, doesn't seem like I'm blocked yet. So maybe some of them stuck because after I sent a couple, then she went out to Wyoming and said she needed to take a break. So I hope I didn't scare her too much. Because she she did she did take 2 weeks off. Shortly after I sent her some ideas. So That's I need to stop doing that. But there's that color, okay? And we do have to remember these. Uh, these are not characters on my screen. Okay, these are real people with don't even try to take my no looking. He's like trying to do a judo move. Oh my gosh. So he's fully embraced just keeping the eyes closed. That's wild. 11 days ago. So after I showed my no, I got him all praying up. Okay, so he uh he might be responsible for that color, but he's definitely, if he's not, he's leaning into it. That's a deep lean, but I like it. But now he's all looking like Bill Gates. So yep, but sorry, I thought my overlay was on. Let me just show it one more time. That's how I kind of participate in that field of this is like quantum chaos. This is a quantum color. So I like it, but uh, I like this better. So y'all can keep that. All right. So that's a little bit of I wanted to show just how many people are doing that. Uh, and there's a few more here too. But again, Club Random had their wall like that with a dual guest, which you know it could have got, yeah, it could have gone better, but it was a good one. So that color is everywhere. But again, Doom is clipping people who have that color. Now, I don't watch these shows. I'm just again showing you that other people are using this color a lot. And I even got that bar up there. So, but because it's everywhere, I just can't do it. But I like it. But I'm going to hate it very quickly. Because you got the bricks too, I forgot. Oh, Gino's got the bricks. Or no, he's on someone else's show. Oh, who is it? Lewis and Zach. Sorry, it's a Doom clip. Okay, so that's the same thing with Lil Mercy. So all right. So wanted to want to show that Control History's got a new one, and a lot of times just kind of going down their thread of you know of what they're exploring can be fun. Um, but yeah, I gotta start. I gotta remember to react. Okay. Uh, and so usually it means that I cannot enjoy it. Because if I'm enjoying it, then I'm silent. But something stands out, and a lot of times it does within these, the source material ones, then I just can't let it go. I must know why. Uh, so controlling history, showing that there might be a little bit of power into the written word, and even Kurt Metzger's guest was Paranoid America was saying that was it with him or maybe someone else, to define magic. Okay, that was to write a book basically, because then you're basically manipulating the the cosmic web. Uh, so here's a little prediction stuff. Now we got Neil Brennan. Okay, this is the Brennan that I can watch. Okay, I can't watch none of that uh, MLC stuff uh, with old Kevin Brennan. Okay, but here we got Matt McCustard. Okay, so I like to stay within you know the Guinness and uh, you know maybe not too much so much in the good, but like, oh, we got this guy. Well, but he had that color too. Uh, Again, I'm just trying to show the colors. This wasn't. I'm not trying to pick these. Okay, I'm just showing how they had that color backdrop. Uh, I would never click on these. No, please watch everyone, and that way you can uh, see how good Club Random can be. Bill Maher is a decent interviewer, so at times, no, he's good. Way better than old Duncan. Oh man, it bores him so much to have a guest where he can't just stream of consciousness. I mean, he just needs to float in those waters constantly, and if he's not, yeah, just able to constantly talk about all that stuff, he shuts down, and he looks like that. and you must have seen the episode. We talked about it. Uh, uh, we have to make sure that none of them watch this. Okay. Uh, but there it is. So I think that's the hot color, or it's been the hot color for a while. But I'm gonna stick with black. That's what Asmongold's got. He just does. Just keep it simple. Now he doesn't do the zoom ins, uh, because he has a bit of a different setup than I do. So I'm still not. I'm still in the experimental stages, but he's got everything locked in. Uh, so he doesn't need to move things around too much. He just, uh, but oh, and we got old Don Lemon. Uh, might be getting arrested. Uh, but again, I don't watch it. Sorry to scroll through all this stuff. Um, check the gate program. Okay. Uh, and there was who was oh yeah, this one. I think there was one more. Let me see now my Zoom doesn't work though. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So it must have been this. I had another slide somewhere, and yeah. Well, okay. Uh, yeah. It must have been this year. Um, but we'll take a look. I thought I had another video up about something else too, but uh, hmm. There was something I wanted to. No, well, it wasn't a. Let me just scroll through the. Sorry about that. Let me scroll through here. Oh, the old mind control. That might have been it. Um, and again, Jamie Kennedy had the same backdrop, same color too. So we're gonna stick with Kennedy. There's a lot with Kennedy, and and again, his interviews are uh, there can be funny moments in them, like accidentally. But oh, I could not I cannot watch Glassman. So I'll just I only brought that up for Harlan, and I couldn't even watch Harlan because you can't have two of that type of person. And they even Harlan even made mention of it, basically realizing that it was just going to go on for forever. Uh, so that yeah, snake eating the tail kind of thing. I can't. Yeah, you'll need to keep that circular conversation to yourself. Uh, that the riffing kind of stuff. Um, it's a lot less fun for the people that are listening. So gotta remember that. But I always forget that there's people listening. And that is, I'll get there though. I'll play the clips. But did we finish Godfrey? Oh man, that's right. Oh Godfrey. Oh, that's right. Was that yesterday? Oh yeah, we didn't even get into the okay. Yeah, I think this is what it was. Where I wanted to make sure that we got some of these down here. Oh, that's right. Okay. Um. Okay. So Godfrey was trying to avoid Mark Maron, you know, from grabbing him and touching him. Kept moving out of the way. Um, and I think Kyle Dunnigan actually has a new episode with Kitty. So the Kyle Dunnigan show. Um, oh, Jeff Dye. Uh, why? See, this is why. That's why people don't do the Zoom. It gets like stuck in it. Gotta. Hmm. Why is it doing that? Hmm. Okay. Is that it? Yeah. Oh, it was okay. So that's his playlist. Nice. Okay, that's cool. We'll just go to the episode. So this is episode 2. Did we see this already? We got, you do a 3? No, this is 11 hours ago. Okay.
Team wants to Zoom with me because they're all in Florida. And they go, here's what 21. 21 says, he wants you
okay.
to.
Yeah, I went through this just to kind of see.
Welcome to the Kyle Dunnigan Show. This is Kyle Dunnigan.
This is Kitty. I want to say Kitty.
Yeah.
This is Kitty. We had our first show last week, which we got pretty good feedback from. There was a snafu. A lot of people thought I was dead because of YMH's post, which I can understand because I do look dead. It's black and white. The cursive is like an obituary. And it's also the date that it came out. So it's not like his show's coming out soon. It's like this man's life ended.
Yeah,
Metzger was on.
And let me tell you this, because you rarely get a chance to have yourself die and see the reaction. But I got that chance. And let me tell you something. I was underwhelmed with the response. No one called. No one checked up. There was no like anybody else posting like, oh my God, have you heard? People just wrote like, oh shit, he dead?
Requesting immediate support.
Come over.
Okay, and I think right now Kyle is experiencing the Metzger effect here. Okay, we just got some. I got some Metzger news right now, and I gotta attend to that. So that took present, that means you get bumped. Sorry. So let's see if we can find that here. Ooh, okay, nice. Let's see if we can pull this up here. All right. So, sorry, Kyle.
Well, don't be afraid to let the grays into your heart. They'll show you your dead loved ones. It's great. They'll stick their finger in your butt and tell you not to pollute. I'm sure that's not a scam.
Alternative. Here we go. Overlay engage.
Welcome. I'm here with Jeffrey Mishlove. Jeffrey, welcome.
Sean, it's great to be here with you on Through a Glass Darkly. I didn't want to come on because I thought you were alt-right, but now I come and talk about Bigfoot.
So tell us about Bigfoot, Jeffrey.
Well, he's interdimensional. Kamala. Well, New Age. Alice Bailey. I don't watch the show a lot. I only watch when there's people on I want to see.
By the way, this came together like so fast that I think.
So Whitley, good to be here, Whitley.
Okay.
So I understand you can communicate with the dead.
Oh boy.
Yes, Constantine Rodove and.
Ooh.
So you're saying these creatures that sexually assaulted you, we should hang out with them more? We can learn from them. From space.
Oh, we can't say that word. We cannot say that word.
Oh,
PDF files. PDF files.
I was going to say space voters and make it worse.
This is
Jeffrey
This is
Mishlove.
like what?
Oh, I just
We're like an hour in, and we just started.
We didn't do any podcasts yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a podcast called Strictly Off the Record with all the better shit I talk about.
Well, I had to establish.
Okay. So, yeah, Jimmy Kennedy's saying that he's got to go behind a paywall to talk about the stuff that he wants to talk about. And it looks like they had to cut out a bunch of stuff that Metzger just did. He just did an hour. Okay, they're an hour. They just said that they're about an hour now, and they're gonna have to cut all that, which they did. And he's like, "Yeah, I just gave you an hour." Okay. These are high stakes. Okay. Kurt just gave a lot. And this insane background. That is it. Man. I bet your like circadian rhythms are so off, dude. Okay, that's some. You got to stay away from the blue light, right? Okay, you're like trying to create that, so that's crazy. Yeah, at least looking at a Kurt Metzger currency note. Doesn't hurt the eyes. Okay. This is the Kerp dollar. That looks like a dollar. I mean, like one of those things that you used to pay people back in the day, before everything was digital. Looks like a currency note. So that's crazy. All right. Wow. And this is a 2-hour deal. So he just did 3 hours.
Look, I did it on purpose. I had to establish that I wasn't a whack job.
Oh, I will talk to any whack job, just about, unless I think there's nothing I can get. Like if they're bored,
there's nothing you can get out of it.
And when I say bored, I don't mean like,
you won't get
being busy doesn't make me bored. What makes me bored is being indoctrinated, being told a story I've heard 1,000 times before, or being told some shit about Russia.
Do you know how many times we've heard about your stories? Okay, but we are there to hear your stories, so that's fine. But he wants to get to the 33rd level.
Or fucking all of America's fake enemies that I gotta fucking pretend I care about. I'll tune right the fuck out. I already know what's up with all that shit. So you can see through a lot of these alien people when they start blathering about Putin, for example.
Yeah. By the way, not that I'm a Putin fan or anything. I gotta say that.
Well, I love him.
People like,
I don't know.
He's the best. Why don't we just give everything?
No, America has never had a president who cares about America as much as Putin cares about Russia. That's undeniable.
True.
That's undeniable, assholes. I'm sorry. Obama
100%.
hates you. Putin likes his people. I know he's a dick, but I'm just saying, China, they don't have an immigrant problem. They will never allow that in China. Is that weird? And they have flying cars, and they let Chinese people drive them. That's freedom to me.
Well, it's deliberate. It's deliberate. They're like, they let people in.
Oh, China, here we come.
Okay. The current population is not as compliant. They need cheap labor.
Who let people in? China or America?
Us.
Yeah, really bad.
See, that's why I don't think China's population is as low as they're saying. You know, people are like, they're secretly, it was like Scientology, there's only like 10 Chinese left.
Mine's exaggerating, but his is really bad.
They don't have immigrants for cheap labor coming in. I think they wanted whatever population loss. I think they wanted it.
Absolutely. They have a bigger demographic bulge than we do. Same with the Japanese. They have a bigger demographic bulge.
They all talk about it, right?
Well, no one talks about bulges. Why are you using that to describe it? Oh, man. That is like... That's harsh. Okay. Not everyone needs to be full screen. Okay. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Okay. I like keeping it, like I'm part of the story. Okay. Yeah. This is main character, syndrome. You want to be the main character. Okay. No, I'm just one of many little facets of this symphony. And you want to throw yourself on full screen. Okay, that is. And when you know nothing about lighting and production and what it is to look at a harsh blue light, okay, you are you need to be stopped immediately. So please let this be your last time that you do this.
The bug, like the bug that it was racist apparently because a bat bit a penguin and the savages hated.
No,
that was less racist.
Yes.
That was less racist than like, hey, maybe they're working on something at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Yeah.
Okay, and all of this. Man. It's got to be the more of all this you got, the less substance, okay? The less content there actually is. Because you don't need any of this stuff. Even the billionaires that stream would never have any of this Jason Burmis Banner syndrome. Everything's a syndrome. Okay, that, oof. When Kerp does his show, it's just him and another one. Now, I would like it if they actually did more portrait, like 2 portraits, or make it look as if it is, but not a whole face. Okay, so never mind. Stay this way, because Duncan Trussell loves staring at a full half screen of a face. Man, that's some sick stuff right there. Just staring at that guy's neck. But this is just, I don't want to look at all that stuff. You know, I want to engage with the content. Okay. You're, here we are.
Oh, by the way,
coronavirus research, right? Like,
yeah. No, well, that should have tipped people off when they said it. No, say they eat dirty fucking soup. And
that's not racist.
I mean, imagine watching a movie and then just having words just being thrown at you. A reminder of where you are. You know, allow us to get, lost in the thread. Okay, you're not allowing us to suspend disbelief with your constant reminder of what you think this is. The font is not too bad. I like the font. But too big. But I like the style. But too bright. Okay. I don't need headlights in my face as I'm trying to watch. Okay, but back to this, okay? Because again, Asmongold just plays it, okay? He doesn't take you on these paths. I gotta remind myself that I'm not the Jose Rodriguez behavioral language behavior study guy or whatever. He loves to check out what every facial movement means. So let's watch a little bit of this, and
you're being culturally insensitive. I think
here's a big twist. Ready? And I found this out from somebody who's a good source. Anyway, I found out. Here's two things.
Who's your sources?
I find these sources because I want to find them.
Who are they?
I went to the school of FAFO. Anyway, the Wuhan virus that was here, I don't think it was from Wuhan. I think
North Carolina. Right.
The one
University
that killed people here came from here, and the one that killed the Chinese came from Wuhan, because that's a joint effort with Fauci
100%.
and those fucks. And I don't think anybody. And I've tweeted.
Where's Fauci been? Not that. I mean, what do I know? I mean, yeah. No one's talking about Fauci anymore. We gotta mind the public.
The guy's face. I'm like, he doesn't look Chinese. That piece of shit from Raleigh, because they're still doing that research in Raleigh.
That was the mechanism. You just follow the money, because the NIH and also USAID, they funded EcoHealth, and then EcoHealth funded the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and probably North Carolina, University of North Carolina, somewhere. Yeah, so I think even the Wuhan Institute of Technology strain that they had came from University of North Carolina, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've had multiple doctors on, because Jimmy got injured by his shot, his Moderna or whatever he got. I got 2 Pfizers. I wish I got none. But I didn't know.
We
anything.
got to be careful on this one. We got to talk in code, because they'll
No, you're allowed to. You're allowed to say it didn't work now. You are. We've been through this on Jimmy's show.
Yeah. Look. I don't get sick. I mean, I shouldn't brag about this. I haven't been to a doctor in 20 years. The sickest I've ever been. I mean, I had the virus initially. I had a cough that wouldn't go away because I was in San Francisco, which was apparently based on the coroner in like Santa Clara County.
Jean-Pierre's
like we had it first. This is the first place they had it, not Washington State. But anyway, I just had a bad cough, but it just went away. It was fine. And then I got that stupid shot because I was required by my employer, and my like lymph nodes swelled up.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the? But thank God, I think I'm good. But that guy I told you about, I'm not gonna say too much about it, but he told me it was deliberate. He's like, you should And apparently, the medical stuff. I think there's been some stuff in
that it was.
And apparently, say too much about it, but he told me it was deliberate. He's like, you should And apparently, the medical stuff. I think there's been some stuff in Japan. They've written papers, whatever. The more you get of this thing, which we will not mention, the more likely you're playing with fire. So the more of these.
No, that's established. Not just Japan. We covered this for years. I'm actually sick of covering it because I love Jimmy.
There's some people are still wearing masks. They're still getting their 10th shot.
Masks have never been a thing for that. The Spanish flu, we learned it didn't work. Nurses all knew it didn't work, and so did doctors. What happened was doctors were getting $750 a head to put that shit in your kids if you got kids. And I know people worship doctors here as if they've never been to one, but they're mercenaries because they got a lot of school loans to pay back. Or the faith in the institutions here is so sub-North Korean level. Don't look down on North Koreans because you're more propagandized than they are by a lot. And by the way, South Korea is just North Korea with lights. And when you get that satellite picture, oh, look, North Korea is black at night and there's no lights. Oh, no, they're getting healthy, natural sleep like humans were meant to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yo, South Korea is a nightmare. Anyway.
Well, you know about that story it's not a story, it really happened. It was in the early 80s. I forget, I don't know any of the details about why it happened, but there was a town that the Republic of Korea Army wiped out. They killed everybody. I have a friend who collaborated in a book with a South Korean author. His name's Nick Mamatas. And they hate him. They hate him for it. But he just like documented this thing. It's like Kwanji or something like that.
Re-education camps in South Korea for people that weren't even with the fucking North Korea. Dude, it's so vile. And that stupid communism versus, first of all, communism didn't exist. Capitalism would have to invent it. Just like the devil. Yeah. And it was invented by both of all the shit's Wall Street. The Nazis are Wall Street. The commies. Oh, the commies, Professor Zhang said this on my Thursday show, and he's right. There was Marxism is not the first socialism. There's lots of socialism. They have to appropriate a thing and make it suck. So here in America, we don't really have left or right. We have a boutique left of morons. I mean, dude, my friends that are like in their head are left not since I've been on Jimmy's show. My friend Barry Crimmins is dead. He was what I thought was the last good leftist, but Jimmy's good. All these people, they're upper class twits that don't know. It's all aesthetics to them. Everything is aesthetics. They don't know a single thing about it. And if you start to tell them real news, they call you a conspiracy theorist, which they call me. I barely get to my whack job conspiracies ever.
Which it looks like they're going to get into some interdimensional beings. Okay, according to this fact checker, that is, I guess, is now part of. Did he add that? But look at that. Okay. So it's going to get a little spicy.
Basic news, people think you made it up.
To advertise on Through a Glass Darkly, email throughaglassdarkly@gmail.com.
Land news, not space news. Land, terrestrial shit.
Well, just take
it was
the
cool that he
Greenland
went
thing,
outside.
because I was starting to tell you about this, right? We are not going to go to war with Greenland, right? We're not. But we are going to buy it. We are going to buy it. You want me to tell you why I know that? Because...
Thank you.
I told you about my fraternity brother. Well, I went to Facebook today to say, I'm like, I wonder, like, if we're still friends on Facebook. And he's got all these pictures, glad handing, like Danish officials and this and that.
There's
and then he's got pictures. Oh, look how beautiful Greenland is. This is like he's just playing a game. He's just like, we're not going to go to war with Greenland. It's not going to happen.
They're playing it too. And here's the thing: since Europe is being demolished on purpose from the inside,
100%.
because venture capital is taking over everybody. So we got too many countries. We got to get it down to that nice from 1984 amount of Oceania and whatever. So it's going to be America, Russia, China. And they've all been saying this whole time. They've all, Condoleezza Rice, there can be
two
only
regional
one.
blocks, Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere. You can already see they're moving the chess pieces. Greenland, East, West.
And that's what his other guest, Kurt's other guest, Professor Yang, said too, is that it's going to be these three powerhouses: the US, Russia, and China. And then in the center of it will be AI. So that is the AI general. And general AI. I mean, that's straight up Terminator 2 stuff.
Western Hemisphere. Okay, that's
Why
mine.
does it have to
Canada,
be that way? Yeah.
Western Hemisphere, that's mine. Oh, we got China getting influence in like Peru and Venezuela. We're just going to cut that one off because they're de-dollarizing and like they're, in Venezuela. We'll just stop that process there.
Mm-hmm.
It's mine, right?
Oh,
that's
thanks,
what you're
Kurt.
seeing play out in real time. But it's the drugs, narcotics, this and that. It's got nothing to do with that.
Well,
got everything to do with resources and
I used to do coke. I lived in New York for 20 years with degenerates doing all kinds of shit. And in all that time, I've never once heard of Venezuelan cocaine ever. I've heard
Colombia. Colombia.
Bolivian marching powder. Any country in South America except Venezuela. You never heard of Venezuelan cocaine, so shut the fuck up. Before cocaine, they said it was fentanyl, which, are you kidding me? No one, who would believe that? Imbeciles. Then it's freedom and Maduro and blah, blah. I'm going to say I subscribe to the Professor Zhang theory at the moment because took me aback. And the Greenland thing you just said, the pageantry of that, where there's a fake conflict and it's obviously not a real conflict, or the bombing of Iran from Top Gun 2, but Iran had time to move whatever nuclear shit they had, even though Iran don't need to use nukes. And what is the problem with them having nukes? Israel has nukes. Wouldn't that lead to a nice Cold War? Remember how we didn't have nuclear war because everybody had nukes? It sounds like a balancing to me. So why would it be bad for them to have nukes?
The one reason it would, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, is if you have a proliferation spiral, right? So if they get first of all, the whole thing, like, we should be focused on Israel should not have nukes. Like, that's what we should be focused.
Oh, they don't. You're a liar. They don't.
Right. Absolutely, they don't. Like Dimona, there's nothing there. It's just it's just a nice.
They've
piece.
got a guy under house arrest still, who was a Israeli Jewish guy with a moral conscience that ratted them out, and good on him. And he's being punished by Israel to this very day. So we know they have nukes.
Yeah, of course. So the reason though that you don't want to have a proliferation spiral where if Iran gets it, then Saudi's going to want it. Then Syria would have won it before we destroyed it. Turkey would have gotten one, and then you just have everybody to hair trigger where an accidental launch you can't fix. But the way you fix that is not only by preventing Iran from having it. It should be by saying, "Hey, Israel, like, time to get rid of your nukes."
Well, that would imply that Israel's not in charge of the entire government. Something like that, wouldn't it? And,
right, or didn't have compromise on every. Western
that's why they're in charge. And Israel, again, they're not the head of the fucking snake. The head of the snake came out of England originally. I don't know. Now it's probably some transhuman somewhere. It's like a Raj situation, But that was Britain's soft power was Israel. They wanted them.
I think it had something to do with the Suez Canal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all this shit. Yeah.
The Rothschilds funded you loaned the UK government money to build it, knowing obviously that they're going to screw it up. So now the UK government is beholden, or was back then, I don't know where it is now, but to the Rothschilds, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, the Red Shields. And my favorite thing is that weren't they going to dig it with nuclear weapons at one point? They had a plan to detonate nukes to build the canal. Something fucking back in the day when they're like, nukes, we could use nukes for everything. what was the other stupid? Oh, the personal nuke launcher they put in the Fallout games that there's a manual from. Remember that?
Oh, they also had Freeman Dyson worked on this. I forget what it was called, but they tested it with conventional explosives. But they were going to use hydrogen bombs to launch rockets into space.
Oh yeah, a chain of
Yeah. It's just absolutely insanity.
Well, it's a smarter idea than the Dyson sphere, which I have always found to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard of. I don't know why the official science people put it out there like it's not absolutely moronic, but you know what it's the equivalent of is if you ever saw the 1980s Max Headroom series, which is about the future, and they predict in the future they'd have gigantic floppy disks the size of a record. That's what a Dyson sphere is to me. Utter nonsense.
Yeah,
you think that a species that powerful would bother with something that stupid? You don't think that?
Now, I think what he means of it being so ridiculous is how you're going to encapsulate the sun. Okay. But I think if you're pursuing that idea, the technology, the things that you learn along the way, you'll at least be able to harness a localized source, and which I believe is probably what they're aiming for. But that's in order to get to the next class of civilization. you got to be able to harness the power of the sun in order to get interstellar. And then you're able to transverse across time and space. And maybe it's true. Or maybe, all these warp drives and sci-fi shows were a demonstration of just trying to explain this phenomenon that seems to occur. And space really isn't this thing you just fly out to. It's the in-between, liminal void that you kind of cross as you go to the other side. Yes, nuclear fusion. Yep, exactly. So, and all, quantum computers too, and all that. I mean that. There's plasma. Oh, plasma. So they're making technology from biology. Why so glum, bum? Oh, man. I always get that wrong. There's
another energy source where they don't got to go through that. I bet there is.
Yeah, it's the 0 point energy, stuff like that.
And, here's another regular standard science thing that makes me furious, dude. The Fermi paradox, which is not, Fermi didn't say it. It's not a paradox. Okay. It's based on an apocryphal account of him at lunch going, where is everybody about the galaxy? And so two assholes in the 80s to get NASA not to be funded made this stupid Fermi paradox thing that's not real. You can find that in us. But when I read that, I'm like, why does everybody say this? When I watch physics channels, and people that I think are I think Jean-Michel Gaudier's channel is interesting. And the guy with he talks with a speech impediment, but he's interesting. He talks about physics shit and sci-fi, and none of them are getting into wacky shit. They're all in firmly the laws of physics as we know. And there's only 5 possible solutions for the Fermi paradox. Well, here's a solution. It's not a thing. It was never a fucking thing. I just solved it for you. Guy that's smarter than me. I don't know who I'm yelling at, but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, just simple statistics. There's no way we only life on panspermia, right? If we had an asteroid with some bacteria hit some other place,
I think that panspermia, because I read Final Events, and that's why I really have to. Yeah, I have to do these shows because there's almost the people who've read Final Events that I want to complain about. That there's only a few of them.
Yeah, everybody cites it, but nobody reads it, right?
So I read it, and I couldn't believe. First of all, the Collins elite. Now, when you hear the name Collins, that should be a tip that something's
family.
Yeah, something's fucked already. Number 2, they were fundamentalist. Jason Georgiani.
What about the Collins?
Now, he don't come from a Christian background, so he literally does not understand Christianity at all. He doesn't. And I like that guy a lot. I don't think he's a bad guy at all.
Yeah, I think he's great.
And I think he got a raw deal. And I think he's a guy that would do his own thing and not go along to get along. And that's why he would never be brought fully in, even though he's smart. I just want him on my show to scan him and see his deal. And that's what I scanned off of him, just talking to him for a little bit. Okay? This Collins leader, not fundamentalist Christians. We didn't even get to this with him when I had him on. I wish I did, but I'm like, dude, first of all, so they think they met aliens. They try to use aliens to help them assassinate people. So I'm gonna stop you right there, dude. That's not a Christian. I don't know if you've ever heard the lore of it, but you're not supposed to assassinate. Here, let me say this, Jeffrey Mishlove. You see, in Christianity, you're not supposed to be in the military. You're not allowed to make war and be a Christian if you bother to read the fucking book that you said you think you believe in. So, okay, these assholes were trying to kill people with alien tech, and then they realize that it's demons, and and then these Christians realize the only answer is we have to follow the Torah. And they discovered this during the reign of George W. Bush, you say? Well, that doesn't make sense on any level, does it? The Torah? What the fuck are you talking about? So that is clearly from the thing. That is whoever that Redford, some psycho.
Well, maybe it's because there's actually something in there that will, help solve the issue with whatever's happening. Like they've taken books out of the Bible. What if they didn't take out Enoch? Just imagine what Christianity would be. So maybe they just didn't take out a little bit of the crazy stuff, and maybe there's a clue in there. Not something to live by, but to know how to beat the AI demon.
Path group sought him out, and the shit, by the way, now we're going to have the Noah Hyde techno state, and that's what's in that book, Final Events. These fuckbags like Flynn, General Flynn's a piece of shit. Don't ever trust that fucker. He's in the McChrystal network. McChrystal's a piece of shit. When you see the two of them, they look like lizards together. Flynn went, they call it going conscious. When a monarch victim, they remember shit. And this asshole stayed in the thing.
Never remember
when he went
anything.
Conscious. So now he's responsible for that. He's not a Christian. He's some weird Luciferian. All of them are. And they put that stupid book out. And I think what Blue Beam was, it says it in the book, it was not an alien event. It's a religious event. There could be aliens. There could be aliens. So I think somebody in the other faction that's like purely left Satanist, you're only getting two kinds of fucking Satanists here. You're not getting one good guy, one bad guy. There's one where they want us to be more feudal. Like Jason Gianni warns about that. They want to take our tech. Yeah, that's what the AI place is going to do. Take all the electricity and all that from us. So they want to have more free range organic cattle to feed on. That's one side, is how I see it. And then the other side is just pure Satanist. Nobody gives a shit.
Does it have to do with the
audition, and then we'll molest them? Steven Spielberg go fuck him and kill him. That's the other side. But there ain't no sides running the earth that are any kind of Christian. That's a fact. I think the global warming bullshit and the panspermia shit, I think that's them trying to make you the alien. And so the Gaia cult they formed around climate change and shit, I think that's how they did Blue Beam. Instead of making aliens show up, you're the alien. You weren't supposed to be here, and it'd be better.
You're consuming too many resources.
Yeah, and humans are so warlike. Oh, our human? I didn't go to war, motherfucker. I didn't do none of that shit. Oh, did you do it? And now, like every other thing, the elites do the crime. The morons at the base have to shoulder the blame.
Yep,
every single time without fail. So I think that was Blue Beam. All that Gaia Earth fucking retard shit was what they did instead of the thing in Watchmen where a space octopus falls in a building. That's my theory.
Yeah, they're
I should have said it's Jeffrey Mishlove. It would have went down better. You see, it was a scam. New Age is satanic shit. I'm part of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's that guy he always talks about? It's like Ted something or other that
Is he doing some deep breathing, you're part of that new age revival, I better not see you sitting in a lotus position, harmonizing with the ionosphere. So he said he's in the new age.
Part of it. New age is satanic shit. I'm part of it. Yeah,
who's that guy? He always talks about. It's like Ted something or other. That it's like a psychokinetic guy who caused weather. Ted Owens. He always talks about Ted Owens.
Oh, I don't know who that is. You know, I was with Ted Owens and it started raining.
He's got some crazy stories where like somebody would piss Ted Owens off.
Oh, right? Don't make him mad.
Yeah, this
you
is.
Don't want to see.
This is Kurt Metzger resonating. Okay, he was never a singer, and when you have someone so logical and you can get him to work from the abdomen without using his screaming voice, he comes up with impersonations. So he is learning how to resonate.
You don't want a cloudy Ted Owens day, believe me.
I think you should start got people killed. Like it's just a crazy stuff. Just
he can kill you with rain. I'm just doing Harry Carey, and then I look like the guy.
That's good.
The way your eyebrows go up, it's like perfect. It's perfect.
That's good.
Tell me, you went in the woods and drank a baby recently. What was that like? Did you contact an any NHI?
Yeah, it's got to be a Harry Carey.
Do you think we're ready to know the truth? What about the ontological shock?
The thumbnail test, Kurt, where I have you as Jeffrey Mishlove and then you as yourself. See how it works.
Yeah, I already know how it's going to go. They're going to say Mishlove. If you can make the background later, make it his background. That'll be way better. This guy, I mean, this is a little known guy that I'm just making fun of that I know he's not going to take it well. And I actually feel bad while I'm doing it because I don't know the fucking guy. I just saw him and I can make his face.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, do you think he won't take it well?
I hope he does. Well, I don't give a shit.
I think you're going to make him more famous. I think you're going to help him.
We've got a lot of enrollees at my Psychic Institute in Palo Alto, California.
Now, according to all AI, it's telling me that you shouldn't make fun of someone's condition. Okay. You just kind of pick out the odd moment. But Kurt, as again, he's finding his way through those impersonation waters, and it's he's he's committed to that. So it's cool, okay. But it is if you're doing Mishlove, then you're kind of making fun of the guy's condition, not just strange behavior. But if you do Harry Carey, then that's fine. Because But then if you're doing Harry Carey, then yeah, you gotta outdo. Well, I guess you don't have to outdo. What's his name? Will something or I don't know. Anyways, doing a good job, but that you're making fun of the guy's condition.
People are. You know, the secret to powers is to open your fourth eye. Do you know what that is? Not your second butthole, your fourth eye.
Oh my god!
I like that he's doing a character. Okay, he should do characters like that. So just a little edgy for me if it's the other guy, because you can't help it, but there he is.
You need to make him more famous so you can do that on
he is super
Netflix.
famous.
What I want to do, I have an idea.
You gotta get a
Way
Netflix
more famous
special.
than you.
Kurt. You gotta get
I don't give a fuck about Netflix. I'm doing a new hour, and I maybe I'll sell it to them if they want it. But I don't give a listen to me. Fuck all of these networks and Netflix. Also, I feel nothing. I'm not like against Netflix.
You feel
but
nothing?
I
Why?
also feel shit about it. And
SSRIs?
I wish, especially down here in Austin, because this is like a podunk town at the end of the day compared to showbiz wise. I have lots of friends here and shit, but like they have no concept of what actual showbiz is, so they will suck up to bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, I got a Netflix as a joke. I got to fucking pay at my own expense to go audition for the Netflix as a joke. Comedy is the lowest rung of showbiz, without a doubt.
Wait, they make you pay to audition?
I've heard people say that their agent told them to fly themselves out so they could do this thing, and yeah. I mean, hey, maybe they grab you and something happens, but I would never. I'm old. I'm 48 now, dude. I've been doing this a while, so I don't have career feelings.
Well,
I'm what's called a failed comic, and the reason is because I do stand up still. That's like I don't feel bad about it.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't think you're. I think you're.
I'm not saying that I feel bad. I don't feel bad. I'm saying that's what a failed comic is. If you're not a movie star or something, that's how nobody stand up is above pro wrestling. That's it. That's it. Porn stars, ventriloquists, magicians, close up magic, way above me on the rungs of showbiz. I don't care. I'm just telling you what it is. When porn stars fail out of porn, they become stand up comics. So there you go. So I like it because I can do whatever I want. My friend Louis C.K., they got fucked over with some bullshit ass article in New York Times, and I defended him the whole time. And if anybody doesn't like it, Louis C.K.
Who did he piss off? Who did he piss off to cause that?
Well, I have theories about it, okay? But I don't know if they're true. They're just wild.
Well, we can say they're theories.
They're not even qualified. They're not even good enough to be theories. One, I said to him as a joke once, which is when he was on Opie and Anthony and Rumsfeld called in and he asked him if he was a lizard. And it was really funny. He was like, but are you a lizard person? I'm just asking if you are a lizard person. And Rumsfeld got upset. I'm like, yo, Louis, it's one thing to talk shit at the Jews, but you're talking to the lizards behind the Jews now? You're going down, friend. That's kind of a joke. I don't know if it's Rumsfeld the lizard thing. Could be. But I do know when I did Horace and Pete, his show, that you might have heard was a failure in the press. It was not. That's the thing he produced himself and got his famous friends to be in. It was actually a great time. That's one of the best sets I've ever worked on, anything ever, where it was just like a good experience and like what you would imagine working with on a show with movie stars before the reality hits you. It was what you imagine fun. It was great. Okay. And they acted like and the press, this is telling to me, they acted like he lost money, but no, I get residuals still. At the height of of him getting trash in the press for consensually asking someone if he could jerk off and not even touch them, and they said yes, by the way. Oh no, were you afraid, moron? they said he failed. No, he didn't. He made a lot of money. He was making $1,500 a day on that show when it was already on Hulu. Still. So, and Louis did ask a chick if he could jerk off and whatever. I mean, after the Diddy thing, everybody should shut the fuck up about that nonsense. But Bill Cosby, you'll hear the conspiracy that he wasn't a rapist, you have to say. He wasn't that because he was going to buy NBC. Well, no, I'm sure that they had a problem suddenly with it because he was going to buy NBC. But he was a guy from the Playboy parties back in the day. Remember that Epstein that everybody was cool with?
Yeah, that's basically what those Playboy parties were. It was before the Epstein.
They would draw your blood at the orgy. Thursday's pig night. I got this out of Newsweek, 2011. Thursday was pig night. And that's not bunnies. That's that's chicks you could raw dog, hookers. And the tunnels that are real so that celebs can go to the mansion and enjoy themselves. Okay, that's where they would go. And then they had a nurse, a chick in a nurse outfit called a bleeder. This is in Newsweek I'm reading.
Yeah, he's talking about this again. It's good to hear it back though, but yeah, I wonder if that's I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time, but that's the Quentin Tarantino Kill Bill, like walking down, and I must have mentioned that before, but that's what that reminds me of is that the bleeder, they'll poke you.
Okay, and she'd come around and draw your blood while you're in the middle of your orgy. Why? Didn't say. I had to look it up. It's supposedly a gay thing where you come harder or something, and I'm sure it works, but I doubt that's why. You're getting the blood of important, rich, famous people. What could they do with that blood, I wonder? I bet a lot of stuff. I bet they could do a lot. You could you could spray it around a crime scene. You could take the DNA and make a fun clone, because I don't think Jamie Foxx is a clone, and I don't think Eminem is a clone, because we know Monarch was real. So I don't think Eminem is a clone.
He said
Monarch was real. So
I had that on my thing too. Eminem, Herb, you watching? Okay. Jamie Foxx was gone for a while. And they later on said because P. Diddy poisoned him. But everyone's trying to figure out where he went. And then he came back looking different. And there was a lot of that happening during that time. A lot of people getting sick or something happening, and all of a sudden they came back looking different. And Jamie Foxx is still like that. He speaks to himself in the third person when no one's there. And that really awkward golf scene that he did, where this is maybe about a month after he came back, after being gone for about 6 weeks, disappeared. Okay, and we heard who else disappeared. Howard Hughes. And they drug him, put him in prison, a camp, an island. And imagine being put out on that island and and being told, you're going to be here for the rest of your existence, and back home everyone's going to think that double is you. So they're not even going to miss you. They won't even grieve for your pain. Might drive a man wild. So, could have happened to Chappelle. Could have happened to Chappelle. Could have happened to... I don't know. They're running around saying that someone's trying to kill them. Yeah. Well, Martin Short running on the street. Now you said you got all hopped up on the woo-wee. But could have been speaking some truth.
Oh, did the person seem different? They might have alters that were programmed in them, and that's a real thing.
Alters.
But cloning has been about to come out every so often, every 30 years, and then so it's not that we don't have the technology, it's that it's not ethical. Remember, that was what it was. Oh, okay. Ethical. So the only reason the cloning isn't everywhere is because they decided it wasn't ethical. Well, I can guarantee you we're cloning a lot of shit then. I can guarantee you once they decide, much like bioweapons and whatever things that the United States would invade a country for, I promise you they're doing in those fucking COG underground bases. I promise you they're doing them. That was always the goal, because there can be only one, right? We're already wheeling down the countries to Oceania and your whatever pan-Eurasian shit.
East Asia.
Right. And because
Oceania,
they program you to think about your problems of your daily life. So you don't get to come up with a generational pyramid of a plan, because you got to worry about feeding yourself. But the people way above you who think you're a different race and have a term for you called not fit for food. That's a thing at the top. Well, really the bottom there underground. But
or
that's
useless eaters is the other one, right?
That one is leaked
underground.
Out. But not fit for food is what they would call their fucking servants that do the dirty work.
So
not fit, but
or
that's
useless.
What
you're saying the elite are underground. Okay. We're not them surface dwellers, okay? We're deep. These are people who are just scratching the surface as they walk on them streets.
Food. That's a thing at the top. Well, really the bottom there underground. But
or
that's
useless eaters is the other one, right?
That one is leaked out. But not fit for food is what they would call their fucking servants that do the dirty work. They find you and they're transhumans. They're transhuman fucking necromancers at the end of the day. And all that shit, if that singularity they talk about when the tech does, and it's our God, and it's just Christian. Christian is a singularity if you ever looked up Christian. Somebody did that already. They're always, 40 to 60 years ahead, used to be the saying. So there was laptops in the 70s, but they're expensive. So only an agent's going to have the thing I'm talking to you on back then. But when it's cheaper, you could play with it. That's typically how it works. So 40 to 60 years ahead. So what are they predicting for us to have 40 to 60 years from now? They have it. They have it. And I'll bet it's way more than that now. I'll bet you once they hit some singularity and they go, okay, now we've got the power of time and space, like that Trump guy said.
That's why Christopher Nolan movie Tenet was all backwards. Okay, Christopher Nolan be trying to twist up time any chance he can get, and but I think he's showing a little bit of technology.
Trump came in. We don't want to disrupt. Who's the guy that wrote The Day After Roswell? And he's like one of those.
Colonel Philip Corso.
I heard him saying this on a thing, and it boiled my fucking blood. and nobody made a big deal about this part, but it makes me enraged. He said that they had stuff so no one would be sick or have to die or this or that. And Eisenhower didn't want to disrupt our pharmaceutical industry. Does that come up when we talk about Roswell with anyone? No, never.
No.
But fuck you, Eisenhower. Rotten hell for that forever, you fuck, if that's true. In fact, just in case it's true, rotten hell, you cunt. Fuck course. So think of how the depravity of that you would think saying that is okay. That's the thing that you're allowed to tell us of your secret knowledge? That you could have cured us all, but you didn't want to disrupt Big Pharma? Yeah, nobody mentions it, though.
Yeah, he was a Knight of Malta, right?
Oh, why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be in the buttfuck order of Saint Vatican fucking child rapist fucking lizard fucks? Of course he would be. Because you wouldn't say that shit unless you were, would you? Dude, when you went on that rant, and I loved it, when you're talking about they can't tell us because, yeah, only the mind of Will Smith could handle it. And remember Men in Black? When Tommy Lee Jones, who I'll bet you is a stinking, I don't know, but I'll bet you he's a fucking PDF file, just like I heard Gene Hackman was, and I believe he was too.
Whoa, hold on. Kurt. Yeah. Gotta be careful. That's illegal. Okay. Asmund Gold is getting ready to take someone to court for calling them that. So, no defamation.
PDF file, just like I don't know, but I'll bet you is a.
Oh man, and how he says it.
Stinking.
That's hilarious.
I'll bet you. I don't know, but I'll bet you he's a fucking PDF file, just like I heard Gene Hackman was, and I believe he was too, and I believe Rob Reiner was. You know why? Because Rob Reiner kisses his son on the fucking lips every time they have a fight. That's public record, and his dad would kiss him on the fucking lips. Go look at the picture. Bring up the pictures, dude. It's
really
insane.
Gross. Really gross.
Okay, and the kid's been to rehab 18 times, you say?
Yeah,
I'm getting a picture here of what this might be. You see it popping up anywhere? No. Dude, I leave fucked up comments on people's YouTubes because I feel like, you attack people on Twitter, it's just trolling, but I feel like I'm helping them with engagement, at least if I say my shittiness on their comments. So I feel like I'm not that bad for doing it, but it boils my blood. Oh, that kid's a real spoiled brat. If you ask me, that kid's spoiled. Oh, yeah, there's black kids in the ghetto whose dads never fully kissed them on their fucking mouth like Birdman. Yeah, he's spoiled. My dad never kissed me on my lips.
No.
I'd have to make the first move, Sean. We'd be fishing, and I go.
I do believe there would have been a fist fight if either one, my father or I, tried to do that to
my dad told me that if he ever kissed me on my fucking lips, I should stab him to death and then stab my mom for not stabbing him, because we really grew up in toxic masculine times.
Yeah, the good times.
By the way, Rob Reiner made 97 made a video about how to touch your kid properly when they're born. Is that weird? It wasn't about it. He didn't tell you to molest them. It was just about the first 3 months of life programs them forever. So it's really, you getting the picture? The fact he made that is so insane. Just like no one knew how to touch their baby properly until Rob Reiner came along. So don't smoke. And I gotta, do I drop them on the ground, Rob Reiner? Oh, hold them. Oh, thank you, Rob Reiner. You maniac. No, I think now this is just because my second butthole is opened up in my head with this shit. I think that's a programming. See, people who can read between the lines can pick up what that is. And people who can't go, oh, I'm not going to buy it. I don't need Rob Reiner to tell me how to raise my kid. But if you're a generational fucking whatever the fuck these people are, and you want to program your kids the old ways to make them secondary psychopaths to succeed in life because your despicable family's part of the thing, which he is, which they are, all of Hollywood is, okay? The A-list. I'm not saying I worked with a bunch of people in Hollywood. You know, Jamie.
Because again, Will Smith's kissing his son. Willow, or whatever his name is. Did I say that he blocked me? Yeah. So he blocked one of my accounts. And I mean, all that I know is I can't send messages. So, Kurt, I might have given him a little startle of my theories. I actually, I think it was before he did the Kerp show. While he was with Dunnigan and Jimmy Dore, I was saying that he needed to do his own show, and had a couple ideas, some fan ideas, but nowhere close to the one that someone gave about a pilot. I don't want to talk about it because it's a good idea. He should do it. And he said he would in the comments. Well, and I don't know if it's a full block or just a restriction or something. Yeah, I don't. And it was yeah, but Kurt, that was a while ago. That was a while ago, and Kurt's got some knowledge.
Scream.
So yeah, he ended up doing this Kurp show, and so that's cool. Because I actually suggested something like I'm doing actually, where you're just watching stuff and giving commentary. Although I need to give a little bit more commentary, and kind of make fun of it, a little Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of thing, where you can watch something and then just kind of poke fun of it along the way. But yeah, I like that Kurt doing the conspiracy.
Amy,
like that route.
I'm blanking. He had that fucking prank show. Jamie Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy's not up to no good. In fact, I think he's probably disturbed and has found out a lot of stuff that has disturbed him.
Whoa. Really? He thinks that Jamie Kennedy is... I'm trying to put my... Let me get my overlay on here. There you go. So he thinks that Jimmy Kennedy's seen a bunch of stuff. So now, I think David Spade has. I don't think Jimmy Kennedy was ever. Yeah. Who's the one that's always? I know Kurt Metzger talks about the. Oh, maybe that was Pauly Shore talking about the Playboy Mansion Okay, all the stuff that happened there. But he thinks that Jamie Kennedy might have been exposed to too much. Nah.
When I saw him, he looked like how I would look when I first saw shit.
Oh,
so it's
he's
not everybody.
Yeah, he's.
But guess what? If you're
definitely
think of these rappers that don't have a hit album and they're still around and they're hanging out with. Why?
Because
think of all these. Yeah, why is George Clooney a billionaire from his fucking shitty tequila? That's why Diddy got mad. He goes, Clooney's a billionaire. I do evil shit for the CIA. Why aren't I a billionaire? Diageo cheated me. And then they showed him a little lesson. They taught him a lesson. And Maureen Comey, the prosecutor, the same one from Ghislaine, she found that it turns out Diddy just trafficked women to himself and one prostitute. Oh, wouldn't you know it?
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
So all the UFO disclosure and all this other shit, I don't want to hear none of it. I want to know where these, first of all, what is the magic of this, of victimizing children where you get to meet spacemen? Because that's what they're doing. Well, I don't get it.
It's compromise. It's compromise. They have you, if you're willing to do something that despicable on camera, because it's like
I know the government level, but what is the magic? The Rosicrucians are scum. The Freemasons are scum. Now, not all of them, obviously. The way these covens work is they have cattle and morons and numpties that sit there and dick around with allegories. Why do I need an allegory for any of this shit they talk about? It doesn't make sense. Well, that's for the non-bloodlines. All this shit is to figure out who's part of our. It's not just the RH negative. And I wouldn't focus too much on one type of, because I've heard AB negative as well and a couple others.
Oh.
It's just they're trying to see who's related to the bloodlines, and not because they want to raise them up necessarily. Maybe they want to eat them. Maybe they want to harvest their organs because they match with them. You've heard China. Oh. Did you know China, they're using organs to live longer and they're just taking people? Oh, is China doing that? You don't say. China. Oh, I wonder where I've heard of this before. Oh, that's right. The adrenochrome thing that you told me isn't real. Assholes.
Well, even organ donors, it's not opt-in. It's opt-out. Right? Like on your license, it's opt-out. Like unless you specifically tell them. And then heaven forbid if you have a minor accident and somebody fancy needs a heart.
They don't have to wait for you to die. They don't have to wait for you to be dead. That's real. That's not made up.
Wow.
So just that fact alone people should be like, what? I'm not doing none of this no more. I'm not going to participate. I'm not helping the thing. I'm not consenting. You're going to manufacture consent and I'm not consenting.
Yeah,
you don't have to kill anyone. Don't kill nobody.
It's psychological. It's like deep psychology. It's like if you have to take action to do it, you're more likely to do it. Like you're more likely to just let it happen.
And that's why they call it fifth generational warfare, these assholes, because merely pointing out obvious truths. I'm not extra smart at all, and I'm not.
You don't know who
psychic.
The enemy is.
Unless psychic means you can see a thing in front of your face. Is that a power? I guess it is. Well, really,
just pattern recognition. I mean, that's all you have to have. It's almost like the baby boomers or whoever current generation of whoever these people are just got lazy.
Curb saying, but I'm really on one right now. And then as he cracks open another energy drink after just downing one. It's a lot of caffeine and sugar. Wow. Again, we watch these late at night. At least for me. Okay, this is a slow roll. There's a lot of flashy things and loud stuff out there to grab your attention. Okay, I'm not trying to grab attention. I'm trying to bring to life stories, and it takes time. But there's a lot of flashy stuff out there, as you can see. Okay, I have to adopt a background just to fit in to these people.
And they're just arrogant now. They're just doing it in the open.
Also, there's a hypnosis of life. God damn it. Daniel
Get it.
from Dark Journals is talking that old Gurdjieff saying about the hypnosis of life.
Mm-hmm.
The whole system's designed to put you in a hypnosis. The whole thing. Hey, do you think Taylor Swift might be a CIA, whatever, a psyop? I think the entire concept of music that you know for your whole life is a psyop, asshole. Taylor Swift, all of it, you shithead. It's not. I don't know. I'm always like, who am I yelling at? I just like I can't understand how people aren't seeing it. Fucking baseball is a goddamn sigil ritual. That's what baseball is.
Is
Oh
it?
yeah, it's from ancient Egypt, and this is wacky news. This
say more. I didn't know this.
Well, let him.
Mark Passio, who's great. I don't know if you ever had him on, but he was a priest in the LaVey Church. He had a grotto. He wasn't high up. He'll be very specific. He has a great, it's like 12, his lectures he does all about the plans they had. So the Church of Satan, the LaVey one, they were just looking for psychopaths to move into other things to do worse shit. Because all these people are deeply connected to intel, all of them. All of those churches, the Mormons. Joseph Smith is a warlock. That's why when I meet con men who do tarot and magic, and they always respect the shit out of Joseph Smith. When you meet,
he was like scrying and stuff like that in New York, and then
watch Damien Eccles from the West Memphis 3. I watch a video randomly of him, and he's really excited because he discovered Mormonism, and he goes, that guy was a magician who invented that. And he's not downing it because he's a magician. He's saying how great it is. So if you're on the chump level, right, you don't have the knowledge and you don't know what the symbols mean, you're like, I don't drink coffee, and you're good cattle. I'll bet your blood's good to be used for stuff too, because you didn't put no drugs in it. I'll bet the fucking witches that run your religion love that. And that's why they want to keep pure, clean cattle to use. That's what I think. Because the inner circle are the most fucked up, depraved Luciferian fucks, and they call it the left-hand path of God in Mormonism.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah. J.R. Sweet. You get J.R. Sweet on. J.R. Sweet just wrote, his book came out. Go on MormonMonarch.org. And I brought up on Rogan. I left him a J.R. Sweet's book. My friend Emma had J.R. Sweet on. The Mormons are so balls deep in this shit. Feds and CIA. It's in all those Thomas Pynchon books. It's in Inherent Vice. Remember, would you like a Book of Mormon, the FBI? Because they are programmable. They're not on drugs. They're perfect for government work. And then they'll do drugs if you want them to.
They speak all sorts of different languages because that's part of their religion, right? The mission, right? I
was Jehovah's Witness. Now, Jehovah's Witness are not involved in politics at all, and we weren't allowed to go to war. And so I agree with all of that. That, by the way, I'm grateful I never saluted the fucking flag. Thank you, Jehovah's Witnesses, because I never took a blood oath to the land of the plumed serpent that way. So I thank them for that. But they have missionaries. And do you think the CIA is not going to install people in missionary?
I know for a fact. So I'll tell you a story real quick. So you know who David Morehouse is, the remote viewer?
Yeah. So I don't know why I do, but I do.
Just tell the story.
So
he doesn't have to know it. Just
I'm
tell
not sure exactly when he figured this out, but I think he asked. He said because what the DIA was doing is they were coordinating with high level Church of Latter-day Saints and sending like DIA basically operatives as missionaries to spy, right?
Of course.
And Morehouse was pissed off about it. He's just like, you realize that you're putting a target on every Mormon's back by doing that.
They did that to Daniel Pearl. Daniel Pearl wasn't a spy. The CIA put a tracking thing on him, and Al-Qaeda, who America created, had the equipment to see it. So they killed him. The guy didn't even know why they were chopping his head off. And I got to ask Kiriaka when I see him again, because Kiriaka said he saw the dude just before he went there. And I'm like, John, I don't think John knows I know this story, and I want to see what John says when I bring it up to him. I'm not saying John did put a thing on him.
Right.
The guy who told me made so I don't know if they have a gun they can shoot. I have no idea, or he was just doing that. But he said they like put a little thing on the dude, and Al-Qaeda found it and killed the guy, and he didn't know why. And and now the guy who was in the head chopping video is the president of Syria.
Talking to General Petraeus.
Yo, that should be the end of America, watching Petraeus and him talk. I can't get. I brought it up on Rogan. I brought it up on Julia Doy. How and people.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's see what we've got here. Because we can always go back to that and see what else they're going to be talking about. Let's take a look at old Kyle Dunnigan here. Let me check the list again and this. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna look at the episode 2. Got some old mind control. Very symbolic. Yeah, let's check the second episode.
Best
Right.
him crying. I'm like, I don't know about his next birthday. What did you?
Okay, and again,
welcome to the Kyle Dunnigan.
You know, you can watch a show if you like. I'm not really trying to watch another man's show. But I like to see the process. Okay, so now they did a few beginning behind the scenes kind of stuff, and so now this is their second episode, and yeah, decent views, still getting them up. You know, the other one kind of had a 10,000. So now this is the contraction period of YouTube. They'll send you out there for a little bit and then they'll contract back. So I'm in my contraction phase. It's a tight contraction. But we're not trying to cast no wide nets. Barely know how to title these things, let alone have a format. So they're at episode 2. Oh, deuce. And they switch back to the other side. So we're going to see how this is, because it is the Kyle Dunnigan show. And she will remind him of that. Okay. She probably feels like it should be a joint effort. But yeah, until you can bring in those numbers, it is his.
Welcome to the Kyle Dunnigan show. This is Kyle Dunnigan.
This is Kitty. I want to say Kitty.
Yeah.
This is Kitty. We had our first show last week, which we got pretty good feedback.
You got a drink in the first. So now Kyle sees it too. He's just like, the first 5 seconds you're consuming. Can you produce? Can you do a show, please? Now, on occasion, I gotta stop and drink some water because I'm talking the whole time. Well, and maybe get a bite to eat or something. But this is well into the show, okay? Not less than 10 seconds, okay? The second it's not about you, you then got to consume. So just keep it down, and you don't have to drink anything. Okay? Why? All right, let's. I mean, how soon was that? So 15. So less than 15. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the Kyle Dunnigan Show.
Mock it.
This is Kyle Dunnigan.
This is Kate.
Okay, so you can already see she doesn't like the fact that it's Kyle Dunnigan Show while she's on it. And he's realizing that. And he's like, yeah, I got to probably incorporate her name in here somehow. What's her name again? Yeah. Kitty. So, Kitty. But, there's a K in there for Kyle, so there can be a K in there for Kitty. Now, yeah.
Kitty. I want to say Kitty.
Yeah.
This is Kitty. We had our first show last
10,
week,
11,
which we got
12.
pretty good
Okay.
feedback from. There was a snafu. A lot of
Wow.
people thought I was dead because of YMH's post.
And then, so now you're just going to hold that cup. You're just going to hold the cup in the shot. It's part of the scene. Have you ever been a part of a production? A filming production? Okay. Unless it's part of the thing, you keep your personal stuff off to the side. So now you're just going to hold it up in the shot. It's not like these, there's those podcasts that are wide shots. Like what Fighter and the Kid used to be. Kind of like the couches and the chairs and the wide shot, and everyone had their drink on the coffee tables. Okay. These are, waist length shots. So if you're bringing it into frame, we're going to see everything. So you can't do that with these tight shots. If I just had a thing right here. So,
which I can understand because I do look dead. It's
put your hand down.
The cursive is like an obituary, and it's also the date that it came out.
Okay, so put it down. So her arm is locked, like she's been holding her phone for a while, and she has to, like, why? Just put the hand down.
So it's not like.
But Kyle won't say anything about it. As a matter of fact, the first time that she did this in the episode 0, he just kind of rolled with it and just like, oh yeah, what if the show is us sipping coffee? Because he realized, oh, okay, you're just gonna drink coffee right when we're starting.
His show's coming out soon. It's like this man's life ended.
Yeah, you look dead.
And let me tell you this, because you rarely get a chance to have yourself die and see the reaction. But I got that chance. And let me tell you something. I was underwhelmed with the response.
Are they standing
No
up?
one called. No one checked up. There was no like anybody else posting like, oh my God, have you heard? People just wrote like, oh shit, he dead?
Requesting immediate support.
Come over.
We have already filmed this episode a couple of days ago, but Let's take a look at one of the clips.
Looks like they're
Max, can
standing
you
up
show
now.
a clip from? Look what a good time we're having. Kitty is literally crying.
I was crying.
One thing was missing from that, which was audio. Max, our producer, Max, what button on the Rodecaster audio did you forget to press?
I did not press record.
Okay, we have some redundancy though, and so on the vMix software on the computer, what?
Okay, so they didn't. Appreciate it hanging out. Thanks.
I was crying.
One thing was missing from that, which was audio. Max,
so they just did a. Well, that's a tough one. She's not happy about that. She actually doesn't believe that. She doesn't believe that he lost the audio. She had her best performance, and their tech guy won't let her have it. She was gonna get a new agent with it.
Time we're having.
Oh no.
Kitty is literally crying.
I was crying.
One thing was missing from that, which was audio. Max, our producer, Max, what button on the Rodecaster audio did you forget to press?
I did not press record.
Okay, we have some redundancy though, and so on the vMix software on the computer, what button did you forget to press?
I did not press record on vMix.
Okay, so on the Rodecaster and vMix, you didn't hit record.
No, but I did hit record on StreamYard, which is what we always use. It's what we edit and put out to the audience.
And what input did you put for audio on StreamYard?
It was on the wrong input.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Kitty, how about the rundown?
All right.
And now it's time for the Kitty Rundown.
Everyone, today on the rundown, we are going to call Judy D and get an update on Miss Judy Dunnigan.
Well, there you are. Okay. Never watched the show. Just want to check in. But they're going to do a show together. All right, let's see if we can remember where we were on this one here. Oop.
Rendered acute, we say that you see visions, you see hallucinations, but that doesn't begin to tell the story. The hallucinations are only part of it. You hear sounds, you smell things. The night was thrilling.
Word of Wasson's discovery reached the CIA quickly. Dr. James Moore, a University of Delaware chemist, secretly served the CIA preparing deadly chemicals on short notice. Moore was instructed to get close to Wasson and accompany him on another trip to Mexico to get the magic mushrooms. Internal documents show the CIA felt a drug derived from the mushrooms could remain an agency secret.
What in the world were they looking for with the magic mushrooms?
I think the best answer to that is that they were looking for fundamental information on compounds that would be capable of causing changes in behavior, changes in mental attitude.
Did you ever consider what would have happened if any of these substances were given to, say, unwitting people?
Oh, I don't remember having considered that specifically.
What if you... I trust perhaps you've thought about it.
Well, I haven't worried about it. Your question again, what would I have thought had I known that
any of these substances would
have been given to
unwitting persons?
You mean a hostile agent of another government?
No, I mean,
that was probably one of the things they had in mind.
I mean, testing it out on an American citizen.
I guess I must seem very, very cold-blooded about this, but I don't recall ever having been very much preoccupied with that issue.
But many drugs were tested in
with that issue. Very cold
citizen. No,
I mean, that was probably to
unwitting persons.
You mean a hostile agent of another government?
No, I mean,
that was probably one of the things they had in mind.
I mean, testing it out on an American citizen.
I guess I must seem very, very...
Testing it out on an American citizen.
I guess I must seem very, very cold-blooded about this, but I don't recall ever having been very much preoccupied with that issue.
But many drugs were tested in this way. The decision was made to do testing on unwitting victims. It was decided they should be on the fringes of society because they were most vulnerable.
It was the borderline underworld, prostitutes, drug addicts, and other small-timers who would be powerless to seek any kind of revenge in case they found out.
And as their predecessors had a decade earlier, the CIA turned to George White for help. White was now a high-ranking narcotics official, and by this time, the stories about George White were legendary.
So the waiter says, "You may help you, monsieur?" And George White was busy talking with me. Paid no attention to the waiter, so the waiter tapped him on the shoulder, says, "May I help you, monsieur?" George White turned around, whipped his gun out, and stuck it in the guy's face like this in this crowded restaurant.
George White did not mind bending the law, and he knew the street well. He was the ideal choice for what the CIA had in mind.
We were Ivy League, white, middle class. We were naive, totally naive about this, and he felt pretty expert. He knew the whores, the pimps, the people who brought in the drugs.
White set up so-called safe houses for the CIA in New York, here in Greenwich Village, and later in San Francisco, in this hotel, and in an apartment atop Telegraph Hill with a commanding view of San Francisco Bay. While the existence of these safe houses was disclosed last year, details of what took place within them has not been told. A former CIA official who worked in the safe houses reveals that they were used not only for drug testing, but to study sexual behavior and how it could be used to manipulate people. Gets horrors. Janet, sky high. As one agency memo says, we have no answer to the moral question. The safe houses were not the only testing grounds. Millions of dollars would be spent on LSD research at universities throughout the country. And word would begin to
appreciating the entire consciousness movement, counterculture events of the 1960s.
Dr. Timothy Leary, the 1960s Johnny Appleseed.
Experiment with this drug. The fallout from that was that the young psychologists began taking it themselves, discovering that it was an intelligence-enhancing, consciousness-raising experience.
I know that some of the studies in which the CIA had supported used as subjects people who later became strong proselytizers of LSD. So, in that sense, yes, I think it did sustain the perpetuation of the use of the drug. And it's rather ironic, isn't it?
The counter case that I would make in relationship to that is to remember that the people who were doing the research were people who would be doing the research regardless of who was the sponsor. I don't think anybody working in that time in the remotest ever thought that it would blow up into the kind of thing that it did.
History will judge the role of the CIA and other intelligence agencies in unwittingly contributing to the counterculture of the 60s through their intense interest in LSD and other hallucinogenics. But for the moment at least, the argument can be made that the CIA helped usher in the age of Aquarius.
What a bear.
ABC News Close-Up will continue in a moment.
Being careful about my body doesn't just mean major things like regular breast exams. I'm even careful about pain relievers. Plain aspirin sometimes upset my...
It may not work on that grease clog.
No?
Crystal Drano will. Look, liquid.
Wow.
Break that grease clog.
Easy, go victory. Girls go.
Wow.
And Charlie.
No way. Charlie's Angels. Well, Charlie's Angels, isn't that basically MK Ultra? They were fighting assassins.
Covering a span of history such as we are in this report, one can get sidetracked by the so-called glamour and mystery of espionage work or by the exotic qualities of some drugs. But what you can't lose sight of is what all of this would mean in terms of individual human beings. There would be deaths, there would be long-lasting and harmful effects. The best-known case is that of this man, Frank Olson, a chemist employed by the Army Chemical Corps, who in 1953 was slipped LSD unknowingly at a meeting with CIA officials. Shortly after that, Olson went into severe depression. He ended his life at this New York hotel by diving through a shaded closed window in his 10th floor room. Frank Olson was the first known fatality in the
Again, I was just showing these for the color. Oh, please don't click on that.
Into, so I'm really excited about this. It's an
Me
honor to
too,
have you
man.
here.
There's a really nice,
Well,
tight desk. I feel like a young
they're
Ryder
very-
with his dad.
Are you about to murder me?
No, I'm about to kiss you on the lips.
Okay. So, is that mine? Sorry about that. You felt Kurt Metzger's murder energy. Okay.
There's a really nice, tight desk. I feel like a young Reiner with his dad.
Are you about to murder me?
Oh,
No, I'm
a young
about to
murder.
kiss you on the lips.
Oh, okay.
You know, he kiss on the lips, the Reiner and his son.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's like, you got to be kidding me! What? So, you shouldn't have gotten the old. You got the old Foo Fighter look.
You think that's weird?
I would have killed my dad too.
My dad would have told me to kill him. My dad would have said to me, if I ever do anything like that, you better kill me. Because it was toxic masculinity where I grew up. But
oh,
yeah,
there. So he's doing his bits. Okay, he's got to try them out. But everyone's releasing their CERP content, and so this is when Kurt was saying all this stuff. So to him, he doesn't realize that we've heard you say this so many times already, because we watched every single thing you've done. No, I barely know you. Okay. I don't. Not trying to get to know you. Okay. No, but we know a lot about the old dirt. That's whatever he tells us.
Yo, look, put the pic. Oh, can you put pictures up?
No, I can't.
Ah, all right. Well, Google Carl Reiner kissing Rob Reiner, and you tell me if something looks off to you. And then we'll look at the Daily Mail headline. They would fight and then kiss on the lips to make up. You think that's a normal thing to Brady kiss your son for 3 generations? I don't.
No, it sounds like a Jew thing.
No. Well, it sounds like a type of Satanism is what it sounds like, which is Hollywood.
Same thing.
Because I mean, I'm no Torah expert, but yeah, you're not supposed to make out with your dad. I know I took that from my church time. That sacred knowledge that was given to the Hebrews by
the church will teach you what not to do.
Well, that's the only reason you have a law. It's a reflection of how you suck. So, you see, you got your Bitcoin here. So, everybody's gonna get hawk to it until we get to World War III. Finally, everybody's gonna have shit coins. You saw Malay hawk to it, his own country. Trump, they had that rug pull coin when he got in. Every scumbag. Not now. Bitcoin probably. If
Big Shirley's got a coin.
It'd probably only be Bitcoin. There might maybe Ethereum or something. What other ones are kind of good? All the shitcoin ones are absolutely there, so that someone loses their money and you'll get away with a rug pull. You donate rug pulls, you can get away with it. It's fine. And the reason they're doing that is to enough people getting ripped off. They're going to demand more regulation, like that little FTX kid wanted, right? Because he's going to be in charge of it. You need the infrastructure set up for the regulation. So through this series of scams and everybody losing all their shit, we get an infrastructure of regulations in place. Then we go to our central digital currency. And by that time, we should have Greenland all the way down to Venezuela for the Noah Hyde technate that was promised us in the book of Elon Musk's grandpa.
So I think every crypto is shitty except for Bitcoin. I think that's the one.
That's the one that I should have bought that my friends told me to buy, and it cost nothing, and I could have just done it. But knowing me, dude, I would have lost. I don't know if you know any of these poor lost souls that lost their Bitcoin password, but I don't even know when they tell me about it. I'm like, just stop talking about it, dude. I would jump off a bridge if I did that.
I got hacked out of 7 Bitcoin many years ago, and they just paid me back 2 months ago.
What do you mean they paid you back?
There was a lawsuit. I didn't personally get hacked. The company got hacked.
Who was it?
The exchange got hacked. It was Mt. Gox.
Mount what?
Gox.
Okay.
It hasn't been around for a long time. It because there used to be this thing where you could buy it on Mt. Gox for like $100, and then you could sell it on Coinbase for $130. So I was just buying and selling, making 30%
Wait, ain't that
margin.
how Sam Bankman-Fried, but he figured out with other markets you could do that real quick. And that's
No, he was just doing straight up fraud.
No, I was doing his first money he made though. I thought what he did was he saw the thing in the market where you could just how you just described. And by the way, I'm stupid, so I don't know numbers good. But I'm
You're more of a shapes and colors guy.
Shapes, colors, thing. I can tell you what a thing is when you put it in my mouth. Oh, it's a pipe.
Wait, let's test this out.
I was a gay kid.
You were raised gay?
No, gay. I was in Gate.
I was raised gay.
You were what do you
I was
mean?
also in Gate. My dad was gay, I'm pretty sure. And
Was it in Gateway?
He took me to musical theaters, like
Wait.
plays.
Oh my God. I feel like you just, hold on, I got to process everything you just said. Now, let me ask you this. Did you ever get in a fight with Papa and give him a good kiss on the lips?
No, I never Rob Reinered him.
You ever give it? Oh, Rob Reiner made a video in '97 about how to touch your baby properly.
All right, so he's going to go through.
Because the first 3 months are the most formative years
now.
of the child's life. So,
and the man knows best of how to handle a baby, of course.
well, okay.
It's pretty wild, though.
On Rob Reiner with it. I very much enjoyed The Princess Bride, for the record.
And Wolf of Wall Street.
Why would you make that video? Like, what? Nobody knows how to hold up. Should I drop it on the ground? Oh no, I should actually raise it and not abuse it. Okay, thanks for making that video to tell me. I read between the lines of that a lot, and I think that's one of those programming things. You know, like if you have the eyes to see it, that's how these people get by doing these kind of things. What's that?
I'm taking notes because you're throwing a lot at me. It's making me think of a lot of stuff I want to bring up later. Okay, I want to start here. I mean, we're already started, but let's start at the beginning. The beginning of human existence.
Please don't.
Okay.
So I was telling you off air, I created a religion called the Interdimensional Temple.
I didn't blow my fucking
And
mind.
what I believe
just sprung it on me
is that 7 beings called the Anunnaki came from heaven to earth.
There's
and
only
genetically
7 of
modified
them?
at first. And then they interbreeded, reproduced, and then there was a bunch more. And then
Don't you hate the name Anunnaki? I hate it.
I don't mind it.
I wish I could say Anu or
It's
something.
a lot better
or
than
like
Quetzalcoatl.
gnocchi, like the potato-based pasta.
I mean, one of the dudes.
I'm
was
not even
named
saying
Anu.
it. I'm done saying that.
Yeah,
word.
right. It's his gnocchis that came out. Look, I hate them. Whatever they
Hey,
are.
don't knocky my Anu, bro.
I hate that shit. Now I'm having Gary Wayne on the Derp with Kurt. Maybe the next episode.
Wait, you're just trying to roll past that?
No, he deals.
What are
with
you
it.
saying you hate? Just the
Anunnaki?
name or
I
the
hate-
concept?
I hate pyramids.
Oh, we got.
Number one.
Why do you hate? How do you hate pyramids?
Because it's a symbol of our slavery. It's a generational project. See, I know everybody thinks Anunnakis. Those motherfuckers don't do no heavy lifting. They're not going to lift shit themselves. They
were the
slaves.
1%.
That's right. And so if you can look it up online, there's a guy who made his own Stonehenge in his fucking backyard with tools he made.
I saw that.
And you watch the tricks he did to do it. It's
The
pretty.
teetering.
Yo, it's brilliant. And one guy. And so when I saw that, I'm like, okay, so that one guy is that smart, and he's cutting all the shit. Just see a simple thing, right? Well, let's say we could all be telepathic, or I could program you all to be that one guy that made one Stonehenge in his yard, but I got a whole team of slaves that I can make as smart as that guy, and I can unite their brain so they work almost as like a hive mind. And it's just humans. They're not giants, let's say, just for argument. They're just humans. Maybe they have a chip in their head in a future equivalent where we're all connected. And think of the Amish throwing up a barn, or Jehovah's Witnesses, where they would make a kingdom hall in 2 days. When everybody's united in purpose, you can get some crazy shit done. Shit that you would never think you could do without UFO power. And I'll bet you there's some kind of power from the stupid Anunnaki, and go rot in the abyss, you fucking fucks. There's some power where they could chain all the humans together, have them like the equivalent of mining Bitcoin, but to build something like a pyramid. And then that pyramid, because it takes generations to make, it's a symbol of long-term planning, wealth, generational wealth. Everybody else, like when you hear people talk about the nuclear family, you've already been demoted, stupid. That's not conservative. They already, before you were born, they already atomized you into the nuclear family. But rich assholes got all generations of their family. They got, Nancy Pelosi got 16 kids, right?
What does nuclear
Elon's got
family
like,
mean?
You know,
Just like a wife and kids and a white picket fence.
You know,
just
it
like a
means not that
traditional-
much more than China that I know everybody likes to talk shit about. They had a one-child policy, but all we did was propaganda to people that it's mom, dad, parent, 2 kids, suburban house, right? We did it with propaganda, which is why we feel superior to somebody ordering you to do it, because it's more subtle. That's why America's better. It's more subtle, the occult magic they use to control you. And so then, all that Anunnaki shit that fucking, what's his guy? It's not Von Daniken, it's Sitchin.
Zachariah Sitchin.
So he worked for Rockefeller. That's where that's coming from.
Really?
Oh my, yes.
I didn't know that.
Dark journalist, yo, Dark Journalist. I got put on The Dark Journalist by Nathan Reynolds. Dark Journalist, one of the best channels, and that's why I knew about Joseph P. Farrell before Dark Journalist. But
so, what do you think the origins of humanity are?
Jumping to. Okay, he's gonna derail Kerp here because he was going on something pretty good. But let's see what he said about the.
Yo, Dark Journalist.
Dark Journalist. Okay. Okay. He's a pyramid guy, huh? Portals. Oh, okay. We got a little CIA, some little portal action, some pyramid. Ooh, he's got some good stuff. He's got thumbnails and titles. Okay. Okay.
We did it with propaganda, which is why we feel superior to somebody ordering you to do it, because it's more subtle. That's why America's better. It's more subtle, the occult magic they use to control you. And so then, all that Anunnaki shit that fucking, what's his guy? It's not Von Daniken, it's Sitchin.
Zachariah Sitchin.
So he worked for Rockefeller. That's where that's coming from.
Really?
Oh my, yes.
I didn't know that.
Dark Journalist, yo, Dark Journalist. I got put on The Dark Journalist by Nathan Reynolds. Dark Journalist, one of the best channels, and that's why I knew about Joseph P. Farrell before Dark Journalist. But
so, what do you think the origins of humanity are?
Well, I'm gonna ask Gary Wayne about that tomorrow. Gary Wayne's a very Christian guy, but I never heard this when I was growing up Christian.
Are you Christian?
No, I'm not. I believe in God. Sometimes I behave Christian, but most of the time I don't. But I would never say I'm anything. You could say, how you act is what you were, motherfuckers. So
I think God created something that created something that created the Anunnaki that created us.
Well, that's what the Kabbalah tells us, but that's
Really?
what Kabbalah teaches, the emanations. But I'll put it
Wait,
this way.
expand on that.
You know, it's going to be a whole bit. Here, let me make it real simple without any of this gibberish. What I think, this is what I think. I'm not telling you this is true, but I think this. It's just like an author. So George R. R. Martin wrote, he's not afraid of the mountain from Game of Thrones because he created the mountain and he created the protagonist and the antagonist, but he's the author. So Satan, if you were into Satan, let's say, he's not the enemy of God. Satan would be the enemy of you. The name means adversary. It's a position. And like a prosecutor, if you look into that, you've probably heard that before. And it's like Job's about a case. See, Lord, this guy's a piece of shit, and I think he will curse your face if I give him zits on his back. Remember this story? I don't know if you ever read it. I'm paraphrasing it, but it's a prosecutor. So it's not a name of a guy. It's a position, and that position is the enemy of you, like a hater or a troll Or a reptilian taking your loosh. What do guys who A-log you do? They provoke you and then you feed them your energy. And that's your fucking gay loosh. I hate that term, by the way. And I hate Robert Monroe. Don't ever do his thing. Robert Monroe from the Monroe Institute, who invented the term loosh.
Oh, you don't like the loosh term?
I don't like his whole thing. Don't leave out the bad parts, assholes. Yo, don't tell me about remote viewing and UFOs and astral projecting and leave out all the, what I don't know what we're allowed to say on this, grapes.
You can say whatever you want.
All the space grape. Don't leave that part out. And don't leave out all the blood sacrifice. Right now, we're going to go to the Technate. Here's where we're going. And so go look up Elon's grandpa. I bet people watch it. If you invented a religion, they probably know this shit. But the money would be based on energy usage. So a unit of energy. Okay, I get
Bitcoin.
it. Yeah. And and then think of those stories of Bob Monroe harvesting your energy. See what we're converting to? So first it was gold, which was, what is that, alchemy? Then we go to the fiat system, which is
fraud,
Ponzi
scheme.
I call it sigil magic, sigils. Then we go to this, which is conjuration.
Yeah, there was a lot of symbolism on the dollars for sure.
Yeah, the tree of knowledge, the snake, money grows in the tree of knowledge by Tracy Twyman. She explained that's a snake, the serpent. Nobody uses that symbol but us.
That is a symbol for Hermes Trismegistus, also known as Thoth the Atlantean.
I'm known as Hermes Tres Orgasmus.
Yeah, Hermes essentially initiated the conversation of I create as I speak, abracadabra. That's Hebrew for I create as I speak. And the whole notion that you can speak things into existence in reality is made up of code.
Yeah, okay,
expressed
sure.
as language.
The logos.
Which is another form of lying or manipulation. Or
that's magic. So wait,
magic, exactly.
So
there's nothing more magic than lying.
That's the first level of it.
You could just say a thing is true, and then it becomes true in the person's head you lied to. It's fascinating.
Like Santa
really.
Claus. You know, the real Santa Claus is some Turkish guy who, in this story, gave some guy with 3 daughters gold so they wouldn't have to become child prostitutes, and that's the first Santa. It's insane. But you got that, people have that egregore of it, and the magic of Christmas. I just did Redacted. You know the show Redacted?
Redacted.
You watch Redacted?
I've heard of that. Who's on that?
American Redacted.
Clayton and Natalie, and I don't know. They're like Clayton's like a Yes Yelly Jimmy Dore. And anyway, Natalie used to be a Jehovah's Witness like me, and when she said something very interesting yesterday when I was talking to her, she was like, because I didn't grow up with it. And she's very mom-like. They have kids, right? But she goes, there's no magic of Christmas for me. I know exactly what she's talking about. I don't give a rat's ass about Christmas. I'm not against it. I have loved ones that are into it. I'll do whatever, but I never got imprinted with the magic of Christmas. And you know what else I never got imprinted with? The magic of Michael Jackson. Never gave a shit about it.
Really sounding like the Grinch right now.
Well, I never cared about that neither.
What's wrong with Michael Jackson?
Well, no.
What didn't he do for you?
It's not anything to do with him doing nothing with me. When I was 6 years old in the first grade, I'll never forget this, when he did the moonwalk on the, and if you remember, he's wearing like high water pants. Like he had it looked like he woke up late for the show in bed with a boy and then rushed out with the boy's pants on and slid into the, anyway. The kids in my class were going I was in Euclid, Ohio, which is outside Cleveland.
And you're just like, this is bullshit.
A Jehovah's Witness. We can't make false, when I was in there, you're not allowed to make false idols of anything. They don't have iconography and crosses and all that because it's considered Babylonian. And I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just telling you what I grew up in. And so as a result, it turns out, and I'd be very bored at these meetings.
Well, that looks like it's a good one there. And that is Octavius Thunder. Little Kurt Metzger. But he did a little Mark Norman there and went to see if they could touch their skin together, okay? And he noticed, so he's looking down, boom, and he's like looking right, And he's like, yeah, you can touch my arm. That's some sick stuff. Sick. Couldn't imagine touching another man's arm.
There's 3 meetings a week, and I would be so bored I'd read the Bible. So I probably read the Bible about 20 times as part of your lessons, and also in boredom I would just read it. You know, and then my friends that are close to me at the time, well, a couple of them are still my friends to this day, but, you know, when you leave, you're not, you know, you could talk about it with them. So you understand you're immersed in it. And even if you're bored, you're immersed in it. And it's almost like a wax on, wax off. So when I hear, I'm continually, this is why I'm not a Christian, by the way, because I have absolutely no Christian love explaining shit to nobody. I'm actually enraged at all of you that you didn't already know this shit that I found out taking a shit. Now, that's not Christian at all. That you're supposed to have some kind of love.
All right. Well, there you go. Little Kurt Metzger. So you got 2 there that are worth a view. And we're gonna wrap things up and revisit these again. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.